Welcome to Oregon Hot Rod.
Welcome to the Oregon Hot Rod Experience, where we're going to share information with you. We're going to show you our successes and our failures, our mistakes and our solutions. We'll go on adventures, we're going to build cars, we'll do shop projects, and we'll do a whole bunch more. But most of all, we're going to entertain you with reality and stupidity. So subscribe now and continue to watch the Oregon Hot Rod Experience.
Smash that like button and subscribe now.
Yeah, subscribe now.
Well, folks, it's time to get the old rat rod up and running finally. We've been on hiatus for the last couple of years with this thing. It's been sitting in the garage and just collecting dust, but I'm getting back to her. I got a bunch of work to do. We're gonna do some I got some shocks to mount up here, get those all put up on it. There's a front bar that I got to put on, welding up to do, whole bunch of stuff here, but this here's the year that I get the rat rod finally up and running. I've been playing with some of the other projects and mainly just working on this shop, and got this got the small shop here all done. We got another big shop down below, but this is the one with the rack in it and stuff. Done a little bit of trick stuff here with the tailgate, put in a nice tailgate setup, cut down a 1964 International tailgate and put in the truck. Got things loaded down with parts in the back of it, so still got to get those all unloaded out of it, lift the bed off, do some other stuff. But right now we're going to be doing the brakes. We got the 4-wheel disc brakes on this thing, Lincoln Versailles rear end. Painted up the sandblasted, beat blasted, and painted up the brackets for the calipers last night. So I'm going to try and get the rest of the rear end cleaned up and get some paint on it, get it all looking good again. So anyway, keep watching, and we'll get this thing fired up here probably in the next well, who knows how many months. Anyway, okay, side one cleaned up, painted up, ready to install the brake on. Got her all wire brushed down, cleaned up, scuffed up. Yeah, we started out with a ugly looking thing like this, and now we kind of got her prettied up and looking a lot better. So hopefully when I get her all put back together it stops. So on to phase 2. Hey folks, so today I'm doing a little project here. I'm putting together some headlights for the rat rod. I found these little mice, rats, online. They're just a little amulet, and I'm put them onto the beauty ring of the rat rod here. Basically what I had to do is I had to drill these things out. They weren't drilled. And then I just kind of screwed them into the back of the beauty ring here, the headlight ring. You know, originally these things had a red plastic piece in here that was all burnt up, and it set in there, and I go, you know, that's not gonna look good. So I went and did some looking online, and I found these little rats here, and I go, well, since I'm building a rat rod, might as well stick some rats on there, huh? Instead, get rid of the S&M logo things here. So anyway, next project is I got to build the brackets here for the front, and to mount these headlights on. These here this is drawn to scale, so these things will go on up here, and then my shocks will mount right down here. And so that's going to be the next project. So next time you see this, I'll probably have this thing all put together. So anyway, keep a lookout. It's OregonHotRod.com. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Hope to see you guys out there this next year with the rat rod making the rounds. Finally, we got some brakes up on this thing. We're starting to get the calipers up on here, get everything all dialed in, shocks up on here, get the brake lines in, kind of got them all plumbed up here a bit. Been working on the steering, got the steering all dialed in. Had to do some adjustments here to the pitman arm. The pitman arm was up too high. They had the drag link here in the wrong direction, so I had to flip it over, switch it around. Looks like I'm going to have to do some straightening on the link here, the steering link, but we'll get that taken care of. Got the rear brakes up on here now. Got it close to being plumbed in. Got the lines in up underneath it here. Well, I don't know if you can see them or not, but we got that up in here. We'll get that all straightened out. Cool looking gas tank, huh? Woo! Then I also we got the tail lights in the back end. We got these 47 Chevy tail lights. We got a little license plate light here. We're going to put the license plate right in this area here, right under the International, in this little box in area, and that'll be the back of her. Get things straightened up here. Project today is we're going to work on the headlight mounts. I think I showed you these here in the last video. We got these headlight mounts here. Well, it turns out that I have to clip these things out. Here you can see the black area. I got to clip these things out to where they fit up against the frame. I got one of them already done here. Let's see how to do this so I can fit it right up, in against the frame here. Let's see if I can. Where are we at? There we go. There we go. See, that just fits right up in there. Tied up against the frame. And we got the headlight bucket up here. But that's coming up. I'll have those mounted up here in the next few days. Get this thing up and going here. And start in on the wiring. Wiring's going to be a whole other job all by itself. I had to also found out I had to lift up the back of the engine just a tiny bit. I got the back of the engine down a little bit low, and so we jacked up the back of it. I'm going to have to rebuild the rear cross member a little bit, but that's okay. It's all coming together. Hopefully we'll be out the shows this summer and be showing this thing off. So anyway, hope to see you later. Stay tuned in. Bye. It's time to do a little update on the progress we've been making. We're getting everything pretty well squared around. We got the brakes on it now. Got headlight mounts mounted up, shocks mounted up, tightened up the steering, got everything all hooked up there. Got our brake lines all in. Everything's all installed. Now I just have to do the final on it and bolt everything down good and tight, make sure it's all bled out and the brakes are working. We've been I had to drop the pitman arm down because it was not in the right position for everything. But we've got it pretty well all squared around. Everything now looks like it'll steer without any interference and stuff. We're in the process now of doing the dash. I've got the I went and removed part of the dash here so we could put in you can see what I pulled out of here, kind of crumpled up mess now, but this used to be sitting in here, and I thought it was too small of a hole, and all my gauges that I had for it wouldn't fit, so we jerked that out. Trying to match up the steering wheel here with mahogany. Going to put a mahogany insert in here. Also over on the glove box, we're going to do a mahogany cover on the glove box as well. Then probably look at doing something on the door panels here. Haven't quite figured out what we're going to do there yet. But next clip I'll show you what I'm doing with the dash. We got it pretty well cut out. Everything's done up there. So we got the brakes all in here on the back. Everything's all mounted up nice. So anyway, keep informed. I got my gas line up here. That goes on as soon as I can get the bed emptied out and get that all cleared out. But stay tuned in. I'm going to show you a little bit on the dash here, what I've done with it in the next video here, and get a little idea of what's going on. Hopefully we get this thing running in the next couple of weeks here. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, Ron here again at Oregon Hot Rod. Just wanted to show you what we're doing here to the dash. I had a set of S&W gauges laying around, all OEM stuff that I had been saving up for this project. But this here is the dash panel we're making. I've got it stained up, the holes have been cut. I got the gauges setting in here right now. But let me tell you something. This here is pretty thin wood, and I found out with one of the pieces when cutting these holes to use a hole saw and not try drilling holes in it. So if you're working with a hardwood and it's pretty thin like this, here's only 1/4 of an inch thick. So be careful, very careful. It splits real easy. Got the Easy Wire wiring kit here. So that'll be, we're using it here to wire up the truck. Got lots of stuff here sitting around waiting to, if I need it. Got extra gauges over here if anybody's interested in some. Get a hold of me, OregonHotRod.com, and go from there. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to get this here all put in here in the next couple of days. I got some lights coming for it and stuff, and get this truck going. Have a great day. And I've ran into a couple little issues here I wanted to kind of show you and stuff. One of those issues is the lamps for the gauges. This here's a set of vintage heavy-duty Stewart Warner gauges. But one of the things I ran into was these bulbs. These bulbs are there's different ones, and they get old and loose and everything. But what I found out is Napa makes a bulb. The ones I've got here, it's part number 787133. I hope you guys can see that. Get it focused in here. But those bulbs fit right into the hole, and they work excellent. They're very tight, so no problems with loose fittings and stuff. You can see I'm getting the wiring all put together here. Still got a few little things. I got turn signals yet to get hooked up, which is another issue that I ran into with this thing. One of the things I found was that LED lights don't work. I got these LED lights here. Little shop here in Salem, and hooked them up and tested them, and found out that LED lights, they have a slow recovery rate, and so they don't flash off. So I wound up doing some research. You need to have incandescent lights for the turn signals. I found these little jobbers here through United Pacific. I found these online. They're called a mini bulb. They use them for boats and things like that. But you can see these little mini bulbs. But these are small incandescent that works real good for this type of situation. I still got a little bit more to do here. I've got these sockets here I'm going to put in so that I can put a disconnect on the gauge cluster, so that I can remove that if I need to from the car, without disconnecting all the wires and everything else, so it's all left all in one piece and can just be removed later on if need be. Anyway, and this here will be going in the next few days here probably. Also got my glove box all ready. I still got to drill out for the lock assembly, but pretty much everything's all done with that. So anyway, that's our latest update. Keep coming back. Hope to see you soon out there riding in the International Rat Rod. So last time on doing the instrument panel here, I was telling you about putting in my connector. Well, we got the connector in, but what I found out is the connector that I had was not heavy duty enough for my application. The one I got was what they call a .93 spade connector, and those connectors only hold about 3 amps of power. Well, for the instrument cluster, you need around 15 amps of power to the gauges and stuff. So what I wound up finding out was there is a 6.3 spade connector, and that's what this connector is here. It's a 6.3. This here is basically the same kind of connectors that you use, just little flat connectors into a gathering. Now there's another connector that I'm going to have to get. I think it's called a trainer or something of that nature. I'll have to look that up again. But it'll carry a 10 gauge wire, and I'll need that for the amp meter when I'm doing that. So just wanted to do this little short update on you. Watch it with these connections. They're really, really hard to find online, but if you start out with just searching out 6.3 connectors, you'll find them. And good luck with that. So, out. And my last deal, I was talking about these pin connectors here, and I wanted to bring you up on this here. I wasn't for sure what the name of these were, but what I've learned is these are Faston connectors. F-A-S-T-O-N, Faston. These are a 6.3 pin, which is basically a spade connector, but they come in 0.93, 2.5, and the 6.3. So this 6.3, this here's your heavier duty connector. These will handle 15 amps, 20 amps. So that's what I wanted to update you on, stuff to make some clarification. I'm going to be making another video here a little bit later on. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to show you the rat rod, what we've been getting done on it, in the middle of doing some wiring, setting up the engine, getting ready to fire, and all that stuff. So keep tuned in. I'll see you in a bit.
Say hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Say hi,
Say
everybody.
hi.
Say
Anyway, keep watching. Learn a couple of things. Watch us tear some shit up, or stuff up, excuse me. And,
smash that like button and subscribe now.
yeah, subscribe now.
LikeOrganHotRod.com.